was a tramp and he was walking along the road and he hadn't had a morsel to eat for 4 days. Well, he happened to see a fella walking in the opposite direction, and yens they got up to one another. The tramp says to the fella, "Is there anywhere round about here I could maybe get something to eat, 'cause I haven't eaten for 4 days?" "Oh," says the fella, "the only place round about here is the Kirkman's, but you'll get nothing off the minister. His hunger's grand feather." "Oh well, thanks for telling us anyway." And the twain men went their separate ways. And the tramp thought, as he was walking along that road, there must be a way, there must be a way. Well, finally he got up to the Kirkman's and he knocked at the door, and the minister himself answered. And the tramp taken his bonnet off and says, "Minister, I'd fair like to learn the Lord's Prayer, so I was wondering if you would teach me the Lord's Prayer." "You mean to tell me you didn't ken the Lord's Prayer?" "Oh well," he says, "well, I've been down on my luck for a long time, and I never feel feasible enough to go on into the kirk. You know, look at my clays, you know, they're in an awful state. So I would really deem it a great favour if you could teach me the Lord's Prayer." "Oh well, I suppose you better come in then." And so they went through the kitchen and they sat down at the kitchen table. And the minister says, "Are you ready to learn the Lord's Prayer?" "Oh aye, minister, 'cause I'd fair like to learn the Lord's Prayer." "Okay then, I'll start then. Our Father," can I just stop you there, minister? Can I just stop you there? "Our Father," does that no mean that we're brothers?" "Oh, I suppose in a manner of speaking, aye, I suppose we are." "Well, in that case, would you see your brother starve, 'cause I haven't eaten for 4 days?" "Oh," says the minister, and he gets up and he goes through the kitchen and he speaks to the chambermaid. And a wee while after, she comes through for a plate of chicken for the tramp and a pot of tea for the two of them. And so after the tramp has eaten his fill, the minister resumes. "Okay then, okay. Our Father," can I just stop you there, minister? Can I just stop you there? "Have you seen the state of my clays? Would you see your brother gone about in clays like this? I mean, it's only the glar and the clark that's keeping them together." "Oh," says the minister, and he gets up and he goes through his bedroom and he reaches right to the back of his wardrobe and he pulls out some old clays, but they were all whole, and he hands them to the tramp and he says, "Take them through the bathroom and get yourself redd up and give yourself a right good wash at the same time." "Right, minister, right." So the tramp comes back and he sits down by the kitchen table again. "Are you ready to begin your lesson again?" "Aye," says the tramp, "because I'd fair like to learn the Lord's Prayer." "All right then, we'll start again then. Our Father," can I just stop you there, minister? Can I just stop you there? "Have you seen the state of my shin? You know, the sole's flapping off, it's flapping about like a tongue. Would you see your brother gone about in shin like there?" So the minister gets up and he goes over to the sideboard and takes a bit of paper and a pen out and writes something on the paper and then hands it to the tramp. And he says, "Now, there's a cobbler's shop just half a mile down the road. Take this note and give it to the cobbler and get yourself a new pair of shin." "Aye, minister, aye, and thanks very much." And so the tramp walks down the road and he gets to the cobbler's shop. He opens the door and the bell at the top rings. And the cobbler comes out and the tramp says, "I've come for a new pair of shin." And he hands the note to the cobbler. He says, "Well, there's a basket full of boots there and there's a basket full of shin there." So the tramp's thinking, bits or shin? Shin or bits? Bits or shin? What do I fancy? And then he sees this beautiful pair of brown brogues. And so he tries them on, and they're just the perfect fit. So he settles on them. So he goes up to the cobbler, and the cobbler writes a note. "Yin pair of brown brogues, £5. Here, give that to the minister." "Aye, I'll do that, I'll do that." And so the tramp puts the note in his pocket, and off he goes. And he gets back to the manse, and the minister says, "Oh, I see you've got a fine pair of brown brogues there." Aye, says the tramp, and he hands the minister the note. Yin pair of brown brogues, £5. And the minister's glowering at this note, and so he decides to put his own overcoat on and go and see the cobbler. So he walks down the road, and he opens the door of the cobbler's shop, and the bell rings. Oh, it's yourself, minister. Aye, I've come about the shin. Oh, aye, fine. Oh, cobbler, we haven't seen you in the kirk recently. Oh, well, you see, first the bairns were in the wheel, and then the wife was in the wheel, so I had to look after the whole lot. Aye. Well, seeing you've not been in the kirk recently, would you like to say the Lord's Prayer with me? Oh, that would be my great pleasure, minister. That would be just great. All right, then. Well, let's just say it together. Our Father. Can I just stop you there, cobbler? Can I just stop you there? Our Father. Does that no make us brothers? Oh, well, I suppose it does, in a manner of speaking. I suppose it does. Well, in that case, you can pay for half the shoes.